and welcome to the news at 9. I am Fatima Sadiki. ATM, in collaboration with various health facilities on Friday, held a media review meeting during which they called upon Kwara State Governor AbdulRazaq to provide counterpart funds for health care in the years 2022 and 2023. Mr. Yusuf Muftau Animashaun, the state coordinator for the Network for People Living with HIV/AIDS in Nigeria and the lead coordinator for ATM C19 RM Global Fund Project in Kwara State, spoke with journalists during the meeting. He explained that the purpose of the meeting was to assess the quality of healthcare services provided at primary health centers supported by global funds and the state government. Animashaun stated that their role involves visiting healthcare facilities in grassroots communities.
Really, this gathering is for our media review meeting that we used to do at every 6 months. That is 2 quarters in the project. We did one last year, December, and this is the second one. That is for this year. Per annum, 6 months, yes. Actually, really, this project is to see to the quality of service uptake in the primary health cares that are supported by Global Fund and supported by state, because the facilities, some are Global Fund supported and some are state supported. So our own role is to go to the grassroots community and visit the primary health facilities to see how they render their services in the area of malaria, HIV/AIDS, TB, as well as COVID-19 services. The extension of the project is on GBV, gender-based violence in the community.
Mr. Olatunbosun Oluwafemi, the state coordinator of ACOMI, expressed his appreciation for the community-based organizations working with them. He commended their dedicated work in the facilities and their effort in sensitizing communities to take ownership of the healthcare facilities. He also noted that the improved attitude and behavior of health workers have instilled confidence in clients to utilize government health facilities. He urged the government to streamline the recruitment process for health workers.
What we've been able to discover as far as this media meeting today is concerned is that from all the CBOs that are working with us in the state, we found out that they are actually working well on the field at the facility where they are working. They have been able to engage the community people to seriously to take ownership of the facilities. And at the same time, they've been able to see that the attitudinal behaviors of our health workers is improving, is getting better compared to how they met it when they entered the community. And if you see today, the way the health workers are attending to clients is more of motherly than when they will just come and say, or sit down there and all of that. So you can see that that is what we want. We want a positive attitude in our health sector. And that's part of what we have been able to see here today from all the CBOs that have been working on the field. And what we're intending to do more is to see how the state government can actually help us in the health sector to ensure that there's one primary health care under one roof. It is very, very important, because if you look at the health sector in the state, we have the Ministry of Health recruiting, we have hospital management recruiting health workers, we have Ministry of Health recruiting health workers, we have Civil Service Commission recruiting health workers, we have Primary Health Care Development Agency recruiting health workers. So many a times when all these health workers are on the field and they are not actually doing the needful, they are not actually doing their duties on the field, you don't know where to go to report such health workers to. So it has been a very big challenge, and it's hampering the quality of service delivery at our health sector. So we are using this medium to appeal to the state government. We know it's a listening government, and he's a listening man, and he's a man that actually who have taken health as a serious issue. So we don't want all his effort in spending money, in paying counterpart funding, and all of that to go down the drain. So we are appealing to the state government to please kindly look into it and ensure that we have one primary health care under one roof. And all of these challenges will be addressed. The issue of staffing, the issue of discipline, the issue of upgrading, all of this will be addressed under one primary health care, under one roof.
Nangeri Tunde Abdullahi, the executive director of the All-Round Helping Hand Foundation in Kwara State, praised the program and described it as a global event. He expressed concern over the low turnout for testing and encouraged the public to visit appropriate facilities in case of any unusual symptoms, emphasizing that treatments are free.
It's a very laudable program because it's a global fund program that we are sensitizing people on the importance of tests and treatment on malaria, HIVs, and tuberculosis. Generally, the last two I mentioned, which is tuberculosis and HIV, we have very low turnout of tests. So that's why we are working on the community. If you see anybody coughing for more than 1 week, advise such person to go for tests. And the facility, most of our facilities are accredited and it's free. And if it is positive, the treatment for TB is also free. Ditto to HIV and ditto to malaria program in Kwara State. And we are enjoying this because of the state support. The His Excellency Gov AbdulRazaq, he has paid counterpart funding for malaria. You know, I mentioned 3 diseases. He pays counterpart funding for TB and malaria from 2019 to 2021. So opportunity I want to appeal to His Excellency Gov AbdulRazaq that what he has been doing for the past 3 years, he should please release counterpart fund for malaria for 2022 and 2023. For the success of seasonal malaria chemo prevention that is coming up for our under 5. That they are the vulnerable group for malaria, the under 5 and A pregnant women. So if this money, this is the part of the state, with the agreement with the federal, we have co-financing. The co-financing aspect is what we are expecting the government to release. He has done well for the past 2019, 2020, 2021. But we are appealing to His Excellency as a matter of urgency to release counterpart funding for malaria for 2022 and 2023. SM is around the corner. And one of the support, the money they use is that the federal will bring the drugs, which worth on billions of naira. And we expect the state to move the commodity to the facility.
Abdullahi also commended Governor AbdulRazaq's efforts in combating malaria in the state and urged him to do more. Mrs. Oshinewe, the Kwara State coordinator for the TB network, discussed the progress made in addressing gender-based violence and TB. She highlighted the increased number of people seeking help for GBV and the advocacy efforts carried out by the group to support healthcare facilities. Opara Roberts, the RSSH C19RM State Program Officer, described the project as community-based and announced plans to expand to other local government areas in the next phase of the project. The Nigeria Labour Congress has kicked against the alleged plan